What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean Peter Bluff God. Hey! And we are back with another reaction stream. So today we will be reacting to Ohara video. I guess you guys asked me for about this video yesterday. So I was like, you know what? I kind of try to stay away from Ohara videos only because I feel as though I react to him a lot. Like if he's probably, I feel as though if I reacted to anybody, like the person I reacted to the most is Ohara, and he makes great theories. I'm not like, again, this is no knock on Ohara. He makes great theories, but it's like I'm trying to avoid having to constantly react to Ohara. But you guys went to Ohara, so we reacting to Ohara today. But yeah. Before I get into all that, first let me say, make sure you show your boys some love and hit that like button on your way in here. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and on my Facebook page. As well, if you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the One Piece Discord and the One Piece Facebook group. So all of these will be in the description, as well as the link to the video we will be doing today. But what was I going to say? I was about to say something. Dang, man, I just completely slipped my mind. But yeah, so So make sure you go to his channel, show him some love, hit that like button or whatever. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already subscribed to Ohara. So that's gonna be pretty much that. But yeah, let me read these chats. I see I got some chats. We got Desness, and he said, "Joe, I am here. Welcome to the chat, Desness. Welcome to the chat." And then we also have Cube. He says a bit early, so y'all, y'all pretty much came in on the countdown. Y'all came in on the countdown, and then Cube said, "Let's go." Yeah, bro. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then Q said, "There's a guy called Elids. He makes great videos." Well, yeah. I mean, of course, I know. I mean, if that's directed towards me, then of course, I already know that. Desmond says, "What's up? What the dogs doing?" Of course, man. We chilling. We chilling. We about to react to something. We about to react to a video from Ohara, and the title of this video is called "Why the One Piece is Underwater." And from the thumbnail that I seen, after somebody sent it to me, it's weird because the video you guys sent to me, the thumbnail on that video is a lot different from the YouTube thumbnail, right? So the thumbnail I seen was pretty much it looked like a country kind of like Sky, like Jaya almost, but I guess it was supposed to be like Laughtale inside Laboon, right? Now, from what I got from that in the thumbnail, and kind of what the video is suggesting, and I could be wrong, but it is talking about how I guess the Laughtale in One Piece is in Laboon. I've heard all kinds of theories, but that one is a little. I don't know, man. To me, saying Laughtale is in Laboon, that's a bit of a reach for me. I don't know if I could really get behind this theory. But knowing Ohara, he's a great theorist. He's a great YouTube theorist and great at putting his points together. So, I mean, maybe he has some good explanation on this that's going to at least turn my belief into yes, Laughtale possibly being in Laboon. Because if I remember correctly, the last Laughtale theory he did was about Laughtale being in this lobby, the bottom of that waterfall, right? And now it's in Laboon. So I mean, at least he's kind of sticking with the theme that it's going to be underwater. So I mean, I guess that's that. But again, I guess we got to watch the video. Then maybe I just got it wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong about what this theory is. I'm seeing these chats coming. I haven't forgot about you guys. Desmond says, "What's sad about this video? It's a theory from Udron Sama, and he just makes a video and everybody watch his new video. But the original Japanese YouTuber is way smaller than Ohara. He should lead everyone to his videos." Oh, okay. So you're pretty much saying Ohara didn't originate this video. Is that what you're saying? He didn't originate this video, and he got it from some other person and didn't credit him. Man, that's kind of sad. You should credit people. I mean, I haven't heard the original theory, so I don't know the situation you're talking about. But if what you say is true, then that's pretty sad. That's pretty bad. We got Pee Wee in the chat. Shout out to Pee Wee. What up, man? He said, "What's up, guys? What's good, Pee Wee? What's good?" Desmond says Udron makes the vids in Japanese but always has English subtitles. All right, yeah, I'm not familiar with Udron. Is he the guy who has like a? He kind of has like that Daft Punk mask or whatever. I think it's Daft Punk. I could be wrong, but I know there's like a popular Japanese YouTuber that has like a Daft Punk mask, and I think Ohara did credit him on a long in like that old theory. I think matter of fact, I think he credited him in the theory about Laughtale being in his lobby and used to be part of Jaya, right? I think he credit some Japanese YouTuber that wore like a Daft Punk mask. So I think it's Daft Punk. I'm not too sure. Uh, and then Cube said, "Yep, I know you run well." Okay. And good to you. Yeah, Desmond said, "Yeah, it's a Japanese YouTuber that does even English subtitles." Okay, I got you on that. I got you on that. Q said, "Actually, Ohara does have a Euron's blessings since it's in Japanese. Ohara does it in English. He does credit him." Okay, I mean, again, like I said, I seen an old theory. I think it was that whole Jaya Laughtale being part of Jaya and then eventually sinking into the water, to the ocean, and it being where in this lobby currently is. I remember him in that theory video talking about how uh, he got that theory from a Japanese YouTuber, and but like I said, that guy wears a mask, like I think that artist Daft Punk. I want to say Daft Punk. I could be might be a different artist, but it's like a space looking mask, and he wears that, and he credited him on that video. He credit that guy at least. I don't know if they're the same person. Actually, does Pee Wee said, "Has everyone read the latest chapter?" If we're talking about 1041, I have not yet. So please do not spoil the chapter in the chat, please. I read them on Sundays, that's when I do a live discussion on Sundays after the official chapter comes out, because I like to make sure I get like the official translation. So because sometimes the translations be a little different, and sometimes the context is different depending on the translation. So I like to get the information from the official translation. And once the official drops, I'll read the chapter. And on that Sunday, this Sunday, since there's a chapter out, I will be doing a discussion. I do them all. I do them every Sunday. I do One Piece discussions every Sunday, even if there's no chapter. But if there's a chapter, I do the chapter discussions on Sunday. So yeah, we will be talking about that much later. But if you do want to talk about the current chapter, you go to the Discord and there's a thread. Just ask me. Be like, look, I want to talk about the early scans, and I'll make sure you're able to get into the thread where you guys talk about the early discussion. It's like a secret thread almost. I'm gonna try to finish these chats and then we gonna start this video. Desna said, "Yeah, exactly. This is him, and his videos are so wild. He has theories like Shanks has the teleport fruit." I heard something along that line. The missing bell in Wino, or things that got a little famous like this, or the oil fruit, Luffy. I'm not much of a fan with Shanks having a devil fruit though. Like, I hope Shanks is like one of those characters who just badass on his just solely him, right? Like that. He just badass without no devil fruit powers. Like him, Mihawk, Zoro, Sanji, Rayleigh, I don't know Goldie Roger. Maybe I don't know if Goldie Roger had a fruit or not, but and then Desmond says, Yeehee, but Uteron has English subtitles. I don't see why people don't right to see the original. I get what you mean. You think that they should still go watch Uteron stuff because he still has subtitles, even though Ohara kind of translate his videos. I guess it's easier for most people to digest listening to English rather than reading it. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people like to watch dubs instead of the subs, because they rather hear it than have to sit there and read. You know, I personally don't mind reading subtitles, but you know, that's just throwing that out there. And then Pee Wee say, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the chapter on Sunday. Hey man, get there. I do them around, I don't know what part of the world you're in, Pee Wee. No, matter of fact, I think you're in the UK, right? Or no, I think I might be getting people confused. I'm sorry about that. But I do it here at 4:00 p.m. Central Time. That's like 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. So pretty much think about like this time, but like an hour earlier. So an hour ago would be like 4 p.m. where I'm at right now. You know, and that's what time I do the Sunday discussions at 4 p.m. The weekday discussions, such as today, 5 p.m. But yeah, let's get into this. This video from Ohara. Desmond says, I'm from Germany. Well, I don't know. What time is it over in Germany? Let me know. What time is it over in Germany? So Pee Wee say, yeah, I'm from the UK. I thought so. So yeah, so for all you guys over in Europe, right? So just to let you guys know, right now over here in where I'm at in the US, I'm in Texas and it's 5 p.m. Okay, so on Sundays I do them at 4 p.m. So that's an hour ago. Like, you know, it's like 4 p.m. is an hour ago from the time it is now. So I'm assuming it's around midnight where you guys are. So think about like maybe 11, I guess. I don't know. And Pee Wee said I have notifications on, so I will know when you drop it. Bet. All right, let's get into this video. We've been talking. Desmond said it's pretty much 12 a.m. over there. It's midnight now. Yeah. So just think 11 where you guys are. Notification gang. All right.
Peas have been swallowed by a gigantic island whale, one of Laboon's brothers, who took a big chunk out of Jaya, where there is now this big hole.
Okay, so it's not Laboon. It's not Laboon.
That whale has been trapped by the world government at the bottom of the gigantic whirlpool between the 3 gates of justice and the 3 most guarded government facilities in the world. What gets you to that conclusion is that whales in One Piece always appear whenever Laughtale and the One Piece are mentioned. Or to be more precise, I realized that whales guide Luffy and the Straw Hats towards the right direction. This starts as early as chapter 8, where we see a whale fountain in Orange Town just as Nami acquires the map of the Grand Line from Buggy. And then we already have arguably the most important scene in the entire story, as we meet Laboon at the entrance of said Grand Line. I just love that whale, it's so cute. Now, I personally am convinced that Laboon is the key to figuring out the true nature of Laughtale. First of all, the whale is once again connected to finding the right direction to Laughtale, because it is here where the Straw Hats get the log post from Crocus, who later turns out has been a member of the Roger Pirates himself, who has actually been to Laughtale, something I still consider to be one of the most underrated reveals in the entire story. Crocus not only explains to the crew how to navigate the Grand Line properly, but more importantly is the first person to actually name drop the final island, Laughtale.
But the thing is, Crocus lied to him. You know, Crocus lied to the Straw Hats because he told him Laughtale was the last island, which is not. It's like that last island was like what, Lodestar or something, something along that line. And you know, like we learned in at Zoe, that final island is not Laughtale. It's really just the island where you pretty much your real journey starts to begin, right? Where you find out about the road poneglyphs, where you find out about all that like actually how to find Laughtale. So now I think he might have. I don't think he lied to him like as in like I think he lied purpose. Like I think it was a mean, like he didn't want them to know. You know, he wanted them to pretty much experience the journey the way Roger experienced it, the way he probably believes people should experience it. They should go to the last island and then figure out where Laughtale is, right? So I think he purposely lied to him just to, you know, just so they could get the real adventure that Roger got, right? You know, I kind of think that's why he lied to him, but he did lie though, because he said that last island was Laughtale when it's really that Lodestar Island or whatever. So yeah, we don't really know where Laughtale is yet, but I think that if one of Laboon species, like one of those whales, ate Laughtale or like, you know, bit it, that had to be a big whale, because as big as Laboon was, I don't think he's biting the full island though. I don't think he's taking a chunk out of a full island. You know, like he could take a chunk out of an island, but I don't think it's gonna be like a chunk the size of, you know, that giant eye that we seen him show earlier in the video. But let's continue.
What's up? My name is Manu, and I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about this theory today. The more I looked into it, the more it blew my mind. Now, I highly doubt Crocus reveals this info to anyone who just tries to enter the Grand Line. In fact, he only did so after Luffy managed to befriend Laboon and keep him from hitting his head against the Red Line. However, if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know that I don't believe this to be a simple act of kindness as well. I strongly believe that Crocus was placed at the entrance of the Grand Line by his former captain Roger to wait for the right person to find Laughtale and the One Piece. And not only does Luffy say the exact same things as Roger and is incredibly kind and caring towards Laboon, but he also wears the straw hat that used to belong to Roger, which immediately tells Crocus that this is the man they have been waiting for, the man that has been chosen by Shanks. And that is why he tells Luffy about Laughtale. But we're not done with Laboon yet, because the first thing that happens to the Straw Hats when entering the Grand Line is getting swallowed by this enormous whale. It's a reference to the classic story trope.
I remember how anticlimactic it was. It was like, end the story. They got ate by a whale, end the story.
Of Jonah and the whale that can, for example, also be found in Pinocchio, who also gets swallowed by a whale and then leaves the whale a changed person. Similarly, it's more than fair to say, I think, that the Straw Hats leave Laboon changed as well, now worthy of sailing towards the final islands.
Usopp being Pinocchio of the group.
Laboon himself is so gigantic that, as you hopefully remember, he actually has an island inside of him from where Crocus tries to take care of him. The first island of the Grand Line if you want. And so this is where the idea comes from that the last island might be inside a giant whale as well. As far as I can tell, people have made this connection between whales and Laughtale quite early, but this theory in particular stems from my favorite Japanese One Piece YouTuber Yuderon, whose ideas I already have talked about in two.
There you go, there you go, Desness. He shouted him out though. He did shout him out right there. And he did that done piece right there on the bottom left. That was the video that I watched that he shouted him out on that one as well. So I mean, he did shout him out. He shouted him out.
Two other massive videos. According to Yuderon, and I personally 100% believe that he's spot on with this, Eiichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, writes his story according to 3 core principles: symbolism, 2 sides of the same coin, and wordplays. The symbol here is of course the whale that represents the journey to Laughtale, but what I want you to focus on is the second concept. Oda likes to take elements and concepts of before the time skip and then reintroduces them after the time skip in an inverted or mirrored way, which I personally find an ingeniously smart way to structure and connect a long format story like One Piece. If you want to learn more about this, I suggest you check out my other videos with Yuderon on this topic, but here's a quick example to illustrate my points. Alabasta and Dressrosa are both arcs about a warlord that rules from the shadow over a country. Both are manipulative, run an underground organization, and have to be exposed and defeated by Luffy. Both times we have a princess that tries to help her country and a king that is unable to actually help their people. The Marines are there to interfere, once with Smoker and once with Fujitora, but finally both realize that Luffy's actually helping the people, and much more. Well,
yeah, good point. Let me check this chat. Pee-wee said, I love the scene with Crocus where they keep looking at each other. You mean when they like I think I know what you're talking about. Was it like right after Laboon ate the ship, right? And then they're in the stomach and they just see this man. I think he was fishing or something, right? Wasn't he fishing? He was like fishing in the stomach, and then they're just looking at each other with the serious stare. Oh man, that was a funny scene. I remember it for some reason. When you bring it up, I remember it for that reason. Desna says, yeah, he did that. Yeah, I mean, hey, at least he did give credit though, so we can't knock Ohara for that. He did get credit to Yuderon. But I do get what you mean. You know, people should definitely go check out Yuderon's content, you know, instead of just using Ohara as a cheat, you know, a way to avoid having to read subtitles. I get what you're saying. I'm personally not that familiar with Yuderon. Maybe I'll do a video. You know, if you guys have any good Yuderon videos that you want me to react to, definitely send them. Discord might be the better option, but you can send them to me, Instagram, Twitter, whatever's easiest for you guys. But let's continue.
The argument here is that the first and last island of the Grand Line will also mirror each other. An island inside a giant whale. Not only do we know right from the start that this is actually physically possible, but the person who created the island actually has been to Laughtale himself. So to me at least, it would make a ton of sense if Crocus actually got inspiration for this from the final island itself, don't you think? Then there's the name of Laboon's species. He's literally called an island whale. And honestly, that felt very much like in-your-face writing by Oda-sensei once I started to look at that scene again from this perspective. And we also know that Laboon is still relatively young in island whale years, so there might just very well be even larger relatives of his out there. Now in general, if you love mythology and fantasy as much as I do, you will probably know that tales of gigantuous whales with islands on their back are very common and part of folklore all over the world. So
I mean, I do hope there, like, just for the sake of this theory, there had, you know, like we have, like, because we have seen scenes with other whales like Laboon, right? And I don't think none of them were necessarily big enough to really bite like a huge chunk from an island, right? Like, I mean, I guess if there are indeed bigger whales, but like, because Laboon himself wasn't as big as he wasn't like big enough to take, you know, I would say like a big enough chunk out of an island to, you know, to say it's Laughtale, you know, like not to say it's Laughtale, but I just don't see a whale, you know, like, because again, we haven't seen any whales that bigger than the island, right? So we would just the whale would have to be bigger than the island, pretty much is what I'm saying. And Laboon's not bigger than most islands. I don't think he's taking a bite out of like if he takes a bite out of an island, it's gonna be like a very small chunk, right? It's gonna be like maybe. I mean, I can't really. It's hard to say how big the bite he would take, but it wouldn't be that big. Like I don't think it'd be big enough to be like to take all of the One Piece with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of hard for me to get my explanation across, I guess. But before I continue, let me read these chats. Desmond says, yeah, definitely I will send one in the Discord about Uteron. And then Pee Wee says, only reason I watch Ohara's is because I listen to all the theories at work. Have you read the fan chapters Return to Reverie? Did I read that one? I've read some fan chapters. I don't know if I've read the Return to Reverie one. You know, like matter of fact, I did a fan chapter last Sunday. We didn't have a chapter, so I did a fan made chapter. For the one I did was about Shanks and Kaido. It was like them meeting pre-Marineford. So yeah, I did that. I did a live stream reading the fan made chapter of Kaido or Shanks pretty much confronting Kaido. You know, I did that last Sunday. But I don't know. I don't think I've read that one. I don't think I read that one.
So it's not exactly mysterious where Oda-sensei might have gotten the idea from. I actually have even more to say about Laboon, but first let's look at all the other whale symbolism throughout One Piece first. If you look closely, we have small whales engraved in the gates of the palace in Alabasta, that is tied closely to the Void Century.
I'm calling it now. He's going to use the that whale tree in Zou. Because think about it. That's when they actually found out. That's when the Straw Hats actually learned about the road poneglyphs and the actual secret to getting a Laughtale. You know, that's when they learned the real secrets of Laughtale is when they was at Zou inside that whale tree.
One of the ancient weapons and is right above the hidden poneglyph. Similarly, there are whales engraved on the giant golden bell in the lost city of Shandora, right there. Not only is the city connected to the ancient kingdom, but according to the big theory by Uteron, actually was part of the ancient kingdom on Jaya itself. Oh, and doesn't this on top there look a lot like a monkey with a straw hat to you? Just saying. Then we have Whitebeard's ship, the Moby Dick, appearing at Marineford as the Emperor declares that the One Piece is real.
One Piece wa jitsuzai suru!
We see whales in chapter 604, just before crossing the Red Line and reaching Fishman Island, that is connected to Joy Boy and is home to one of the ancient weapons. And by the way, there are also whales when Robin deciphers the poneglyph there. Then, after leaving Fishman Island and entering the New World, the Straw Hats are welcomed by a pod of island whales, mirroring the encounter with Laboon and marking their progress towards finding the last islands. After that, it takes a while for a whale to appear again, but it finally happens on Zou, where there is this giant whale-shaped tree that contains the first road poneglyph pointing the direction to Laughtale.
最後の島ラフテルがな
I think it's also worth mentioning at this point that Zunisha herself is connected to the whale theory very closely. I think Oda basically took the classic idea of the whale with an island on its back and turned that into an elephant that is also closely connected to the Void Century. It proves to me that having a giant creature that harbors an entire island is very much possible. Zunisha has been tasked with walking to a certain location as punishment for her sin. So, could she be looking for a giant whale? Also, I just realized that the road poneglyph is literally inside the giant whale again. Almost too obvious there, Oda-sensei. So as you can see, the whale symbol is closely connected to anything to do with the Ancient Kingdom and the Void Century. Alabasta, Shandora, Fishman Island, Zou. The only place left is Wano. But there haven't been any whales in Wano, have there? Well, you might like this one. Take a look at the Kozuki crest. Of course, the main theme here is the crane in the middle. But what do you think about the crossbones around it? To me, they look a lot like whale fins diving into the ocean. Very hard to unsee, am I right? Now, this might just be a way for Oda to connect all these places, but I think it's actually quite possible that the whale itself was the symbol of the Ancient Kingdom. I mean,
I don't know. I think that one might be just a tad bit of a reach. The crossbones, right? Cause you could pretty much say, you know, like you could pretty much say there's those whale fins on like Mihawk's sword, right? On the Yoroi. Or like in other situations, right? So, but and again, like I was watching a theory about what was it? About oars. It was from Wizard of Oars, right? And his theory pretty much is Joy Boy was somebody from Oars, a ancestor of Oars, right? Or maybe even Oars himself. I can't remember exactly. And he was using those crossbones as kind of like actual bones from like a beast of like oars or something. But yeah, I don't know. It just, I guess it's how you want to translate what those crossbones represent. You know, his translation was they're more connected with oars, and Ohara's translation is they're connected to, they're like whale fins, right? Diving into the ocean. But, you know, I don't know. I think it might be just a bit of a reach right there. Pee-wee said they're good. It's about what happens on the days what we didn't see. It's made by Library of Ohara. That fan made chapter, he makes, the Library of Ohara makes fan made chapters too, or he just like published it on the website. Yeah, I have to check them out. Because, you know, like on the Sundays that we don't have chapters, I kind of like reading fan made chapters. So if there's a bunch of fan made chapters there, I might have to check them out and then maybe do a stream with them one day, you know.
The chapter itself is titled Inside the Whale. But let's get back to the giant whale that holds Laughtale. That rhymes. Because there is a lot more evidence that there is a twin whale to Laboon, another whale just like him that has also eaten an entire island. Well, first of all, the place where Laboon was introduced is called Twin Capes. Then we have the giant kraken Surume, who lives at the bottom of the ocean and who has a brother that was held hostage by Hody and thus forced him to comply. Could this hint at Laboon's relative being held hostage by the world government? If you remember, we also get this really interesting line by the Sea Kings.
僕たちの王が生まれるよ。レディー、聞こえたか今の声。
But the most important chapter after the encounter with Laboon is 654, where the Straw Hats finally arrive in the new world. The chapter starts with Luffy catching a fish that is then swallowed by another fish, swallowed by an even larger fish. The chapter itself is titled A Pod of Whales, and on the cover features the twins Moss and Kiwi from Water 7, the Risky Brothers, as well as Lola, who we now know also has a twin sister with Chiffon. Oh, and the chapter also features an enormous whirlpool that transports the Straw Hats right to a huge pod of island whales. And this is where things really get interesting, as you can see, because I can't stop grinning like an idiot when thinking about it. In this same chapter, we get reminded that Laboon is closely tied to one of the Straw Hats in particular, Brook, the musician of the crew who had this tear-jerking flashback with the whale.
俺たちは必ず
Now in this chapter, Brook of course mistakes one of the whales for Laboon and starts singing the song that always made Laboon happy when he heard it, Bing Sake. And to my absolute astonishment, now that I'm reading all of this again, the other island whales recognize this song and actually start singing as well, which is why they start carrying the Sunny safely to the surface. Now, in case you don't know why this is so important.
Man, that was such a touching moment, man. I remember that the Wells was happy to hear. I kind of looked at it as like they were just happy to hear some music. I don't remember them singing along with the tune, but I had to watch that part again because I don't remember them singing, right? But I do remember them like really enjoying the music though. Pee-wee said, from what I remember, he made them, but could be wrong. They came out a few years ago. I listened to Tekken react to them. All right, and is this on the website, the Library of Ohara website? Because I might have to go there and check it out. I might go there and check it out. Maybe, find them so one day when I have, when I need something to react to, something different, we could dig up some old chapters. I don't mind reacting to some old fan made chapters, So yeah, I always find them pretty entertaining to especially see how the fans kind of create their own fanfic. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty dope. So we might definitely have to check it out sometime.
Bing Sake is heavily connected to Laughtale as well. The song literally ends with the phrase, never ending, ever wondering, our funny traveling tale, using the Japanese kanji for love and tale. I actually made an entire video analyzing the song that contains hints about the Kozuki, the dawn of the world, and much, much more. Now, I personally came to the conclusion back in that video that Laughtale might be the underworld, where the crew would have to descend to. But now I actually believe that the underworld is the bottom of the ocean. Davy Jones' locker, the inside of a giant island whale to which the crew will have to descend. The ever-wandering Laughtale. That sounds a lot like a moving, living thing, similar to Zunisha. As you know from Luffy, Ace, and Sabo, sake is a sign of brotherhood. So, delivering Bing Sake to one of Laboon's brothers might be the promise that Joy Boy made to the Mermaid Princess and that he could never keep. There are also other lines in that song that would fit well to Laughtale being underwater. For example, if you lose your nerve, this breath could be your last, but if you just hold on, the morning sun will rise. Holding your breath to go underwater? Then there's also Tsumugi no Sato yo. Tsumugi no Sato is the village of spinning. I originally thought that this refers to the Kozuki spinning the history into the poneglyphs, which is also supported by the line, the birds sing as they draw circles in the sky. So to me, that was probably the Kozuki crest. But if Yuderon's idea is true, that the whale is trapped in a giant whirlpool between the gates of justice, the spinning village could literally be Laughtale caught in a giant whirlpool, ever moving. Now, before I tell you another crazy detail, if you enjoy this type of content, the secret to getting more of it every single week is subscribing to the channel. Another crazy detail I found is that there is actually a whale yokai in Japanese mythology called Bakekujira, a giant living whale skeleton. Now, being sake ends with, doesn't matter who you are, someday you'll just be bones, never ending, ever wondering, funny, blah blah blah. And we literally have Brook, a living skeleton that is connected to the island whales. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's the actual direction Oda would want to take this, but it might be relevant as well. And so the overall idea is that a giant whale 800 years ago bit off Laughtale from Jaya to protect whatever was there.
See, to take that much of like, I don't think like somebody Laboon, I don't think a whale Laboon size is biting that much of land, right? So this would have to be an insanely big whale, like a whale that been living for since like the early void century or something, you know. But and that's if Laboon species could even really get that big, which I believe it, because you think about, like, you know, we got some huge, insanely huge beings in One Piece, you know, like those, we got those beings that we in the Florian Triangle that were like, they were huge. They were probably some of the biggest creatures in One Piece, but we only see the silhouette of them. So if they can exist, I don't see why a whale of that magnitude couldn't exist. It's just we have yet to actually see a whale of that magnitude in One Piece, you know.
But then was trapped by Imu and the world government between 3 gates of justice at the bottom of the sea, from where it can now not escape. Which might also be the reason why Shanks and his men all haven't eaten devil fruits, so they can go and visit. After all, Shanks would well know how to get to Laughtale, even if he did stay behind with Buggy. Now, as fascinating as this theory is, if you really want to blow your mind and take it all to the next level, this isn't enough on its own. There's actually an absolutely crazy theory about the true nature of Laughtale and the Ancient Kingdom that has completely changed how people see One Piece forever. And that's why you really shouldn't ignore this video, because it's twice as exciting as the whale theory, and in combination with it will make you feel like you figured out One Piece.
Alright. That's that. Alright, Pee Wee said, he said I shared the first chapter in Discord. Okay. Yeah, I got some notifications saying like about the Discord. So about this theory though, like, how y'all feel about it? Let me ask y'all, like, is it a theory that y'all really believe, or is it to y'all just a fun theory to talk about? Because I kind of see it more as a fun theory. I don't know. I mean, I'm not completely sold on it. I'm gonna say that I'm not completely sold on it, for real. You know, it's a cool theory to talk about, but I'm not really sold on it. I like the other theory, the Done Piece video that he kind of recommended at the end of this video. I like that theory a little more, because it to me that seemed more, I guess, logical, you know. But I will say this though, especially when it comes to Laboon, or just the Laughtale being within a well, for example, it that would really explain a lot of why Laughtale is so hard to find, right? Because it's within an animal, right? That's always moving, whether it's trapped within this whirlpool or whether it's out in the ocean. You know, now if it's trapped within the whirlpool, it explains it, because it's hard to access that whirlpool unless you're part of the world government, right? So it's honestly not that much different than the last video, the Done Piece. The only real difference was that it's at the bottom of the waterfall of Ennis Lobby in that last theory. And this one, it's in the well, but it's still in a very close location to Ennis Lobby, right? It still kind of plays off of the fact that it plays off of the fact or the speculation that that Laughtale was part of Jaya, right? And I honestly think it's better than the Done Piece theory for the fact that if a whale took a chunk of it, a big enough whale took a bite out of Jaya, and then ended up in it's a better explanation of how it got from Jaya all the way to Ennis Lobby, the Ennis Lobby area, or the in between the gates of justice. It's a better explanation versus that part of Jaya where Laughtale was sunk into the ocean and then somehow it ended up in Ennis Lobby. It's kind of a better explanation. So I'll definitely give the theory credence in that aspect, right? Desnus says Uteron explains it better. Uteron plays a lot with numbers what you can't translate to English, and the numbers are real. Okay. Maybe I'll have to check out the Uteron version, I guess. Maybe I don't know if I'll react to it. Maybe I'll especially since it's kind of the same theory. Pretty much it's Uteron's version. So, maybe y'all should have just sent me Uteron's version instead of Ohara's version. I don't know, but maybe I'll check that on my own time. I got a bunch of other videos I kind of want to, that I got lined up, and I probably won't be doing another reaction stream until Monday. Monday will probably be the next time I do a reaction, or because I'm not doing tomorrow, and then Sunday we got the chapter. So yeah, I'm not doing one until Monday. Unless, but I think I got a job on Monday, so I'm gonna still try to do it on Monday. Pee Wee said, I see it as a fun theory. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that. It's just a fun theory. Maybe like Desna says, maybe Uterons would kind of sell me on it a lot better than Ohara did. Because Ohara is usually pretty good at selling me on some of his theories. This time, I don't know if I'm really that sold. Only because it's like, that we would need a really big well, right? So, and that's possible. It's very possible. But, I don't know. And, Desna says, Uteron say in the chapter before, Yehi, that number means this, and in the next chapter you see what Uteron said. Oda loves to play with numbers and with words. And Uteron's original theory is that the well is in the hole, like in this lobby hole. Is that what you're talking about? Because if it's in there, then I might we could talk about that. We could definitely talk about that, because it kind of plays to the idea of the last Done Piece theory that Ohara did, that he also kind of got from Uteron as well. And you said, and the two theories are connected in his theory. Yeah, and that's exactly what Uteron said in his original theory. Yeah. And then Cube said, it's an interesting concept of the island could actually be constantly moving. Yeah, even let's say if this well, right, who has Laughtale in its stomach, right? Let's say that is indeed the case. Even if, let's say, it's not between the gates of justice in that whirlpool, right? Let's say it's free out in the ocean, just swimming and just being free as a whale should be. it would make sense of why it's hard to find that well. You know what I'm saying? That would be a very challenging thing to do. But what would the role poneglyphs play in that part? You know, like is there like an island that the role poneglyph or like some coordinates that the role poneglyphs get you to that like when you get to that coordinate, it's like a very small island with like a horn, right? Like if if any of y'all ever played God of War, like the last God of War, there was a part where they blow the horn and then like the world snake is called like the world snake, which is like this super huge snake, right? He it pretty much summons the snake. So the role poneglyphs, they take you to this horn, right? Or take you to this island where it's like a horn on like the edge of a cliff. And then you blow the horn and then this whale comes out of the ocean. This big ass, humongous size of like 2 islands come out of the ocean, and he pretty much opens his mouth, and you pretty much got to take the risk and go into his mouth if you want to get the raft to, like something along that line. Like, what do the poneglyphs do to get you to this well? Like, that's what I'm wondering. What do the road poneglyphs, like, what are their importance in helping you find this well? Like, what are the importance? Like, that's what I would wonder, because we know that the road poneglyphs are pretty much like how you find Laughtale, right? But if Laughtale is constantly moving, how do the road poneglyphs get you there, right? Like a horn, like blowing that horn, I could see possibly bringing the well, like it summons the well. Cube says it's an interesting concept of the island. Could actually be constantly moving. Interesting theory. Yeah, like that would really make sense for why it's hard to reach Laughtale, but it wouldn't, it wouldn't, like, I would question if you do have Laughtale in constant motion, if you have it in constant motion, where do the road poneglyphs play in that, in helping you find something that's constantly moving? Like, that's where I think it being trapped in the whirlpool might actually work, make sense, right? Because it's stationary. It's within the one location, even though it could maybe escape. But like Desna says, he said that I guess Uteron's theory talks about how, I guess, the well is within the hole. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Desness. Like you said, his is talking about, instead of being in the gates of justice in that whirlpool, it's in that hole within in this lobby, which I like. I kind of like that theory. I like the idea of Laughtale, whether it's in the well or not. I like it. I like the idea that Laughtale is under that waterfall, underneath in this lobby. You know why? Because it explains why Laughtale is so hard to get to. And even if you know where Laughtale's location is, you still have to pretty much go to the bottom of that waterfall. And how do you do that, right? Without destroying your ship and possibly killing your whole crew. Like, how do you do that? Unless you have somebody like Shiki's ability where you could touch something and it levitates, right? But it explains why it's so hard to get the Laughtale, because it's hard to get down that waterfall, Pee-wee says, what do you think of Mr. Morris saying the raid will still fail? Oh, so we talking about Wino now. Okay. All right. I actually would like that. I actually would like that. I know a lot of people are like, cause I will say this, like before Wano, right? Before Wano, I was always a big proponent of Kaido winning at the end, right? Wow, Kaido wins in like I know a lot of people like, well, Kaido already beat Luffy a bunch of times. That'd be redundant to have Luffy lose again. It's not redundant to me. It's just it stresses how strong Yonko are, right? So if Kaido still does win, right? Let's say he wins, but then he abandons Wano. That can still be, even though it's a defeat, it could still be a victory just for the fact that they got Kaido out of Wano. Now, why would Kaido leave Wano, right? Because he wants. Because what do we know of Kaido? Like, what did he say? All those episodes ago, right? He was saying he wanted to be the one to start the biggest war the world has ever seen, and we already know that we're going to get a big war, right? Me personally, I would love to see all the Yonko at this war. I would love to see Kaido. I would love to see Big Mom. I would love to see Blackbeard. I would love to see Shanks all at this war. And then you have Luffy, right? Luffy being like officially able to call himself a Yonko and to stand among other Yonko, right? Even though it won't be Yonko anymore because I think Yonko stands for like 4 emperors, right? So with 5 emperors, it'd be called something else. I think, what's 5? Like Go or something, I think? Like Gonku, Ganko or something? I don't know Japanese. So if the raid fails, I wouldn't be mad at that. Matter of fact, that would already kind of assume something I speculated a while ago that I kind of abandoned because it don't look like that's going to be the case anymore. But if it still does happen and Kaido end up winning, man, it's something I've been saying for a while. I'm like, bro, like what better way to really show how strong a Yonko is than to actually have Luffy lose, right? Like, I mean, I don't mean like have a loss of a battle, right? I mean, he actually loses the whole war. It would be a great twist. It would be a great change up, right? Cause now Luffy, it would be an opportunity to have Luffy and the crew actually had to like reanalyze things of how they go about doing things, and you know that these Yonko aren't necessarily people you should just trifle with, right? So that's kind of my opinion on the Wano thing. Now at this point, I do think Kaido's probably going to lose. I think the raid might actually succeed. But that's actually kind of a theory that I've been, pretty much arguing for a while. But I think that speculation is going to be proven wrong on my behalf, which is fine. Because at the end of the day, it's Oda's story, so he already has a plan of what he wants to do. But yeah. But if it happens, because look, man, like I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I don't think Luffy should beat Kaido 1-on-1. I don't. Now at this point, there's enough stuff happened that you could actually say Kaido has been weakened enough for it to be sensible for Luffy to beat him 1-on-1. But I just, like even Big Mom wasn't defeated 1-on-1, right? Like it took 2 Supernova, and even at that, Big Mom, it was, she been fighting for a while at that point. So yeah. Cube says, just wondering how real poneglyphs play a role. Yeah, the real poneglyphs, aren't they real poneglyphs? I don't know. I don't know how the real poneglyphs play a role. I think the real poneglyphs just have information, right? They have like the world history on them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they play a role, like what role they play other than being sources of information, you know. And then Pee Wee said, I think they say what happened in the Void Century, and there's 9 of them. Yeah, they're pretty much just kind of like if you want to know the truth of the world's history, I think that's pretty much the real poneglyphs. As the road poneglyphs are more help you get to Laughtale, right? But I don't think they play any bigger role than just simply giving you the truth, right? Giving you the real history of the world. And then Pee Wee said, he said, I think they say what happened in the Void Century, and there's 9 of them. Not sure on the amount. I could be wrong about there being 9. Yeah, I don't remember how many of them, but that sounds about right. Maybe like one or I think it's more of an even number, maybe like 8 or 10. Like, but it sounds about right. So I don't know. And then Desmond says, yeah. He says, and there is a One Piece movie they were or where they find a very likely hole like in this lobby, and they go in there, find a treasure, and get out of there too. It was the 3rd movie, I think. If anybody in chat know the name of that movie he's talking about, definitely say it, because I don't know the name. And then Pee Wee said it would be a good twist, but I don't see it happening because Wino is the longest arc already, and Oda did state he was wanting to end it in 5 or so years. Yeah. Again, I don't think defeat necessarily means that the arc continues, right? Like I think we can have an arc that ends with a Yonko actually or Luffy being defeated, right? Like you look at Marineford, like that was an arc you could actually say Luffy was defeated because he failed at what he went with. He failed at his objective, the overall objective of that arc of Impel Down and Marineford. Luffy failed, right? So having an arc like Wano that ends with Luffy failing, the arc would still end, right? It doesn't mean it continues. It just means that they failed at the end of it, right? And then maybe at this next war, this next big time war, you know, Luffy could get a lot more. He could get a lot more training, right? A lot more fights, a lot more training, and then he gets his rematch against Kaido, and then that's where he could actually beat Kaido, right? He could actually beat Kaido convincingly. Like he's actually strong enough to 1v1 Kaido and beat him, you know. So then, it would be like a not coming of age, but I'm gonna use that word, coming of age type thing, where it's like, I mean, that's not the word, but I can't think of the actual word. But it's like he actually arrives at that Yonko level, you know. But because I still don't think he's as strong as a Wano at this point. I personally, as a Yonko at this point, you know, I don't think just getting Rio and training in Udon for like a couple weeks, I don't think that's going to be strong. That's going to be enough to put you at the level of a Yonko, you know. But, I think that's what we're going to get, though. So I can't, I'm not going to complain either way. I'm just saying. Pee Wee said, I'm off, guys. Have a good night. Great stream as always. See you Sunday. Hey, shout out to Pee Wee. Appreciate you coming through in the chat. Matter of fact, I'm about to wrap this up myself. I think I don't see any more chats coming in, so yeah. Interesting theory. Interesting theory. I don't know if I per se believe it. I think one thing he has succeeded in convincing me on, or that whales do indeed have an importance to finding the One Piece, right? I don't know if a whale ate Laughtale, but I think there's an importance they have in actually finding Laughtale, right? So there's that. It would have to be an insanely big whale that can swallow islands, right? If or swallow or bite portions of islands. You know what I'm saying? So, there's that. So you guys, y'all let me know in the comments, in the chat, what do you guys think of the theory? Do y'all believe it? Is it a reach? Is there a lot of validity to it? Has it changed your mind on maybe some other theories you had? Has it added? I don't know. Like I'm not, I'm never really completely against any of these theories. It's just, I just don't really per se believe it that much. But yes. But anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean Peter Bluff. God, hey! And yeah, make sure y'all show your boys some love and hit that like button, as well as subscribe if you haven't, and hit that bell for notifications. You can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and on my Facebook page, as well. If you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have 2 growing communities in the One Piece Discord and the One Piece Facebook group. All of these will be in the description box below, as well as the link to the original video. So y'all make sure y'all go to the original video and go like his video. I'm gonna go do that right now, because I didn't even like the video, and I just reacted to it. It's the least I could do. Desmond said, "Did you watch the Tic Tok compilation I sent in the Discord? Thank you for the stream. I haven't watched it yet. I was actually kind of planning on going over it on the live stream. I thought you wanted me to live stream it, but if you don't want me live streaming it, I could just I could definitely watch it. I could definitely watch it. But I was gonna probably save it for like Sundays, kind of as like a something we could watch before the discussion. But I can understand if you just rather just me watch it and get my opinion on it, and I could just we could just talk. I don't know. We could talk on the Discord or something about it if you want. But if you want, I could watch it. On the One Piece chapter discussion or something. But yeah. But no, I haven't watched it yet. But I was planning on watching it. Maybe I could react now. Okay, I guess we could watch it now. Let's watch it now. I was about to wrap this up, but we could watch it and then I'll wrap it up. Give me a second, y'all. We're gonna watch another. If I can. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to remember where you put it. I think you put it in the off-topic things. So we're gonna copy the link address. Just give me a second, you guys. I'm not going to wrap this up just yet, y'all. I was about to, but I'm not going to wrap it up just yet. We're going to watch a quick Tic Tok compilation video. All right. So before we wrap this up, let's watch one of these from our one of our subscribers here in the chat, Mugiwara Desness. Oh yeah, so that's pretty much your YouTube name as well. But yeah, so let's watch this. Let's check it out.
Era in American history. It was built.
I'm done. I want to learn about something actually interesting.
I'll show you something interesting. What is the One Piece? Wealth, fame, power. Gold D. Roger.
She had that in a bag. Hold on, it said being given my first One Piece figure. That's why his face was like that. I was wondering why his face looked so depressed, like he was not amused. We got Nami. Okay.
I want to know.
Let me look at that. How that looked. Yeah, it looked weird on that. Like it looked a lot weirder, like just kind of art. But then when he flips it over, it looked just like Nami.
I want to know, if I showed up to our date wearing this, what would you do? What would you do?
I'll leave your ass and Imple down. That's what I'd do. I'm joking.
I'm at Henny's lobby, and I was so scared because everybody was like, wait for Robin's backstory. And now I'm here, and they were right. It is so sad. She just want to read some books.
That ain't funny, but it's funny. It ain't funny because it was sad. It was sad. So it ain't funny for that reason, but I'm sorry, but I can't help but laugh, y'all. I can't help but laugh. I know it's not funny, but I can't help but laugh. Y'all gotta forgive me. Man,
This is for real peak fiction, bro. This shit is so peak.
Do you guys want to watch One Piece?
No. Oh, shit, this is those guys.
But that's my favorite anime.
oh shit. Garp stomping him out. I'll be his treasure of the friendship made along the way. Man, that better not be the One Piece. The whole journey and finding it right, and the friends that you made along the way. It better not be One Piece. Even though I do believe the One Piece has something to do with like connecting people, right? But not in like we made friends, so that's the One Piece. No, I think it's more of something connecting the world, right? She wanted some money. She wanted that paper. Fuck. Hell. You watch the training thing, I could do it. Man. That's what I'm about to go do, man. I'm about to go do some Zoro training. I skip Skypea, me, bang bang. Wait, hold on. What was it? I love One Piece. Bet. I'll skip. Look, man, I don't never advise or recommend people skipping arcs. Like, don't be skipping arcs, man. We don't do that around here. Let me see. Let me read these chats there. I see Desness going. He says, it's only 5 minutes, okay. How you want it? Hell yeah, thank you. Will be a wild one. Thank you very much. Yes. It's so funny. Yeah, man, these are wild, man. How to make the OPOP? Okay. Make some devil fruits, baby. with the swirlies. Is that like edible clay, I guess? I'm guessing it's edible. And the stem.
The love of my life looks like it.
Oh, she took a bite out of that. She took a bite of that clay that she was using, so I guess it is edible. The love of my life looks like Ace from One Piece. It's so scary, not gonna lie.
From One Piece. It is so scary, not gonna lie.
Oh, why she do my man dirty like that? That was messed up. That was messed up. That was just too soon right there. Too soon. They did him dirty. That Roger bass. I will say this, man. Roger's bass, he loved Big News Morgan and he loves musicals. Like Roger's bass is one of those guys I've been following for a while now. Like I haven't really reacted to any of his stuff. He doesn't do like lately he's just been doing like long streams. I haven't really seen him do like a lot of theories or anything. Okay.
I love your case.
This?
Yes.
I seen this. My dog go crazy. My man too heavy for that. You know One Piece?
Do you want
What's his name?
He got the Durant.
No.
Oh no. Ace.
Oh no.
My man about to have a brain aneurysm. He done found the woman that he found the love of his life, man. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here just talking to y'all, you know, talking to y'all by myself in this lonely room.
I marry you, where is the bag? When I marry you, putain de merde. You know? Ah non, là, je m'assois. Alors là, je m'assois. You take the card, you can put now. And you say carte de l'ancien. Oh putain!
Desna says, yeah, that's a hot topic. It's fondant, so it doesn't taste good. Okay, I get what you're saying. Like that clay that she put over the apple, so you can eat it. It just doesn't taste good. Yeah, I don't want none of that then. And he said, yeah, and he could sing so well. Yeah, I've heard him sing a few times. Like he loves musicals, and I remember, especially during the Whole Cake Island arc, he was loving that arc just because the singing and the music and everything. I actually haven't watched his stuff in so long, man. Like for real.
私少し肌寒くなってきましたよ。あ、でも私。
お前骨だから肌ねえのにな。
ちょっとさ、それはやめて。
I know, man. Leave my man's jokes alone. Try. Well, that Naruto though, reading the first chapter of Wano arc on July 2nd, 2018. Still reading Wano in January. Hey man, I ain't complaining. Man, you can't complain about more Wano. I give you a like, man. I'm also subscribed. I'm a subscribe to your stuff, you know. Yeah, that was a nice little change up. I kind of wanted to plan that for Sunday stream just to make a little change up. But hey, we did it now, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, so y'all go check out Desnis's channel. If you could click his name in the chat, and you should be able to get there through, click his name. And I'm gonna add a link. I'm gonna add the link after I finish this stream. I'm gonna also add the link to this video on here, so you guys could definitely go to his page and show him some love. Show him some love. We show love around here. But yeah, y'all. He said thank you. Hey, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. You are welcome, Desness. You are very welcome. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for this. For the stream today. It's been a good stream. I kind of already gave y'all my whole it's Sean P the Blunt guy. Hey, so I'm gonna leave that there. I don't want to have to draw in that energy, draw in that because it's like a spirit I gotta draw when I do that. But every time I draw that spirit, it takes like about a day off from my life. So I can't do it too much. I can't do that too much. I can't summon the Blunt God too much because it could be taxing on my body. You do that. If I do it more than twice in a day, it'd be taxing on my body. So I can't go summoning the Blunt God all willy-nilly like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So I'm not going to end it like that because I already did, before we watched that video. So, I don't want to be taking too much off my life. It's like Gear 2 pre-time skip Luffy. I'm taking years off my life every time not years, more like days, but y'all know what I'm saying. I take a day. If I do it more than twice, it's like a day. It becomes a day. So I got to be very careful. You know what I'm saying? Desmond says, always been a pleasure. Thank you for your time. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I appreciate you stopping and coming through the chat. So, again, shout out to Cube for stopping through today and chatting. Shout out to Desness for coming through, blessing the chat, and also giving us a TikTok compilation to react to. I will put the link to that TikTok compilation after I log out of the stream. Also, shout out the Monkey D Pee Wee. I know it's just Pee Wee, but I like calling the Monkey D Pee Wee too. So, but shout out to him, and shout out to everybody else who watches this. Anybody who just ups and watches this. Shout out to y'all. Also, shout out to Ohara for the video that we reacted to today. And yeah, I won't be doing any streams tomorrow, but we will be back with Chapter 1041 this Sunday. Same time as always, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's probably going to be around like 11 p.m. over in the UK. For everybody watching this in the UK. So make sure y'all tune in to the Sunday One Piece chapter discussion stream where we're going to talk about this next chapter. But anyway, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell for notification. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, my Facebook page as well. Also, if you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the One Piece Facebook group and the One Piece Discord. All of these, including my social media networks, they will be in the description. So, yeah. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful night or evening or wherever you're at, wonderful morning. Desna says, I'm excited for the next one. Have a great Saturday. You as well, Desna. You as well. I'll try to have a great Saturday. But yeah, anyway, I'm out of here. That's all I got. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Peace.